Hey guys, hope you're doing well. If this is your first time here, then welcome. So I am smack dab at the beginning of my period. Uterus is cramping, feeling bad. So this is the perfect time for me to try out the new Always Overnight period underwear. Anything to make my period more comfortable, more tolerable, I'm all for it. So I am very curious about these. I first got my period when I was 10, so I have been well versed in so many things period for the majority of my life. It used to be very consistent. I was able to plan trips, events, other things around when my period would be starting every month like clockwork. But in the past 3 years, a lot has changed. I've got fibroids, so that has made my period like night and day compared to how it used to be. The worst of all is that a lot of months for the past year or so, I would say, I've had 2 periods a month. It is absolutely miserable. So with that, I've been extra tired over the past year. The period itself is so much heavier, you guys. It is like a super soaker down there and not the fun type. I usually have to do the double up method now where I would use a tampon and a pad, and I'm talking like a super tampon and a super pad, and there's still like leakage sometimes. Like my bed, poor thing, has been through it. So sometimes even with a towel under me, there'll be something going on. I've lost so many cute pairs of underwear. It has just been a nightmare. I'm like, not only did my period start when I was like a teeny tiny little lass, but even now, all these years later, the curveball has made it so much worse than it's ever been. So with that being said, I'm gonna see if I can go without tampons or pads at night using these, especially on a day like today where we're at like maximum overdrive with the flow situation. So it says that these provides 360-degree coverage for worry-free nights. So no leakage at the back, the front, the sides, the anywhere is what they're saying. It comes with 7 pairs of disposable underwear. It currently comes in 2 different sizes, a small, medium, and a large, extra large, and that's the one that I picked. They can absorb your heaviest flow, so we will be putting that to the test. It said that 1 pair of these absorbs as much as 5 ultra-thin pads. It says that these are ideal for nighttime, so we're talking several hours. It says that you wear these just like you would normal underwear. No pads or tampons needed, so I'm putting a lot of faith into these, but the way my anxiety is set up, I cannot forego the towel. So although I'll be wearing just these tonight, I'm still gonna have my trusty little towel on the bed just in case, just to give me a little bit of extra insurance. They fit like regular underwear and stay in place, and that's one thing about pads. They just like kind of slip and slide. It seems like you'll wake up or go to the bathroom and like the whole pad is like off to the side, completely doing none of the job that it was supposed to. Always is my favorite brand of pads, so I do have high hopes for the underwear as well. Oh wow, they are big. They are big. When I think underwear, I'm thinking like something, you know, that you kind of fold up in your drawer. These are like substantial. Like, okay, this is what we're working with when we first opened the box. Seeing just how thick these are actually gives me some assurance, because the protection is very, very much needed. Ooh, they are soft. So this is what they look like. They're definitely not attractive. That's not why we're here. We're here to have to forego the tampon pad at night situation if possible. Oh, they're so weird looking. This is what they look like. Okay, they're giving diaper a little bit. They are definitely giving diaper. It almost feels like a slightly fleecy material. Like they're gonna be warm, I think. So this is what they look like inside out. So there's where all the heavy lifting is gonna be happening, right here. And I see that it starts pretty high up on the underwear, and then it goes all the way to the front here, so, or the back. I don't really know which is which. I guess I'll figure that out when it's time to go to bed. So it's good to see that this really provides like a lot of coverage from the look of it. They look kind of small to me, so I hope that they are comfortable when I'm actually like popping them on. So awkwardly shaped, so they have like a vague panty-ish outline, but yeah, this should be interesting. I've been wearing these bad boys for about 4 hours now. I'm about to go to sleep, but this is what they look like on. They're pretty close to the body. They're not really bulky. When I put them on, it was a bit snug. I am really bloated right now, so under normal circumstances, I'm sure they would be a bit more comfortable, but the only circumstances I would be wearing these puppies is while I'm on my period anyway. So I did lay down earlier because I have a really bad headache, and it is pretty comfortable. It does make like a diaper sound, but so far so good. I'm about to head to bed, so that's where the true test will be. I will say that even though I'm bloated, it's not pressing or kind of cutting into this area right here, which is where the bulk of my discomfort and cramps are, of course. So the bad news is that I did not sleep at all last night, not because of the underwear. I've had problems with my sleep so much since I was a teenager, But the good thing is that I got to do like a live reaction like I would be sleeping, so I could really get a good sense of what would have been going on overnight had I been sleeping. I'm trying to find like some silver lining to being exhausted pretty much. So these moved with me pretty much like regular underwear. All my tossing and turning sometimes leads my pads to migrate over to the whole other side of my regular underwear, and if it's not in place in the middle, it's not doing what it's supposed to be doing, you wake up to a surprise. So the fact that I didn't have to worry about that was really nice. Also, that bunching of the pad can be uncomfortable overnight. Didn't have to worry about that with this. These are very like supportive, they're very comfy, and that middle portion where it's doing all the absorption is very kind of like soft and fluffy, so it's very comfortable there. Also, as I mentioned, these first few days with my period are usually like heavy, so I have to do a tampon and a pad and a towel, triple the protection usually, to try to prevent leaks on my bed. Also, not having to wear a tampon was very comfortable. I was more aware of when things were migrating down onto the underwear. I felt it a little bit more. It was more of like a dampness, but it absorbed pretty quickly. I didn't really feel like I was just kind of like laying in it the whole night. It kind of like absorbed away from that initial first contact with my actual skin and body, so that was good. But overall, these did what they set out to do. I was able to theoretically sleep overnight without having to worry about any leaks, any surprises. I would even forego my towel next time. That's how secure I felt, and I was really able to like check in throughout the night, because I'm also, at the same time I'm doing this video, doing a month-long water challenge, so I was in and out the bathroom constantly last night. That probably didn't help the sleeping, so I feel very secure about using these without my trusty towel. After this box, I don't know if I would repurchase, only because I'm going to be trying out next these little period panties from Aerie. My go-to places to get my underwear are Aerie / American Eagle and Target. Those are my favorite places. I was very curious because I know that the normal underwear are already like super comfortable, so I'm hoping that these will be even more comfortable than the Always brand, because they even more closely resemble real underwear, and they also come in different styles. I got these in a boy brief size extra large, so if you'd like me to do a similar review to this one on these Aerie real period panties, let me know in the comment section. But the main reason I like to see if these work, and maybe I can get a few more pair, is that they are much more eco-friendly. I can rewash them, reuse them, whereas these Always pads are single use in the trash. So I really hope this video was helpful. I wish I could go back in time and show like little 10-year-old me that I am literally sitting up on the internet talking about my period and pads and tampons, because I was terrified to talk about any of that stuff when I was a little kid. It took me forever to tell my mom that I'd even started my period. I would like hide my pads and stuff, and I was successful for like 8 months without her finding out. Like, I was very stealth about the trash can when it came to that. When it came to buying stuff for my period, there was a guy at the checkout counter to ring you up. No, he could have 0 people in his line. I'll go to the lady that has like 10 people deep just to avoid the embarrassment of having a guy know that I was on my period or buying anything period related. It was that deep. Now, well, now there's self-checkout, which for an introvert like me is like heaven. But before the days of self-checkout, I would just go to whoever had the shortest line, get my stuff, and go. So when it comes to my period, I feel like I've really come full circle now. So if you enjoyed this video and it was helpful, please give it a thumbs up. That lets YouTube know that you enjoyed it, and they are much more likely to push it out into the YouTube algorithm and recommend it to more people. Likewise, if you haven't subscribed already, please do so as well. I would love to have you. Remember that I upload videos every Friday, so make sure you click that notification bell so you don't miss any of my videos, and I will see you all next time. Take care, guys. Bye.